Hey, it's Ryan with S&B Filters. We're out here today in our SEMA booth. We got our new sending unit on display. This currently is out for all the new Ford Powerstrokes, 17 and up. So what this is going to do is alleviate all the quarter tank issues you guys have seen when running an externally mounted lift pump with these newer Ford tanks, as well as we're working on them for the Dodges and the Chevy Duramaxes as well. The premise of it all is, we started making fuel tanks and we saw a couple issues with customers that were installing these aftermarket lift pumps and seeing issues where their truck under a quarter tank was starving for fuel, and the issue is even worse with our fuel tanks because they're way longer than the stock tanks. So we looked at why the factory sending units work so well, factory fuel pump works so well with our long fuel tanks, and yet these sending units, once modified, didn't work too well. Well, what we learned was when you make the modification, you're ripping the Venturi out of these sending units. And that Venturi is basically sucking fuel, so even if you're at a super low fuel level, that Venturi is sucking fuel and overflowing the bucket all the time. Now that gets it's really easy to do when you have a pump right here that can power the Venturi in the sending unit. With an externally mounted lift pump, we include a kit that pumps that fuel back from the pump, tees off the two-engine side, powers that Venturi, and then overflows this bucket with fuel. So even at an 1/8 of a tank or 1/16 of a tank, 0 miles to empty, this bucket's staying full. And that's important so that that FAST always is seeing, or that air dog's always seeing a bunch of fuel in this bucket, and you're never starving the pump for fuel and losing prime. Now, another thing that's great about the sending unit is it makes your install a lot faster. You don't have to modify your factory sending unit, gut the pump out, drill the hole, install the bulkhead fitting. And when you do all that, if you ever want to drop the tank again, it's on a threaded bulkhead fitting. Well, now we went to all factory quick connects. So we include all the Parker push lock fittings, makes it super simple. We give you all the line to feed the Venturi, and the other two is for air dog return as well as engine return. And then the factory level sensor plug plugs in right here. You just transfer your level sensor from your factory sending unit over to the S&B sending unit. So the premise of this is going to be the same for all the Dodges and the Chevys as well. We just fine-tuned some of the technology in here to the pressure on those lift pumps. Makes your install a ton easier, and then the drivability of the truck way better once installed, and basically makes it just like a factory truck with a factory fuel pump in it. This is our new sending unit. Right now we're out for all the 17 and up, short bed, long bed, Super Duty trucks on the diesel side, and we're coming out with the 11 to 16 next, and then shortly after that will be the 05 and up Rams, and then we'll follow that up with the Duramax soon after.